Hey, it's me, Sosmos. While playing the Coffin event lately, a lot of people have thoughts and theories about Andrew and Ashley as characters and of course their relationship towards each other. Some people might even find them relatable. Wait, what the fuck? This video will be split in 3 big sections. Andrew, Ashley, and of course, their relationship. On the first playthrough, the player goes through a rollercoaster of concepts towards Andrew, and a lot of those concepts are in fact how Ashley is the crazy bitch out of the 2 siblings, and Andrew is the seemingly normal one. But boy does that change in chapter 2. From succumbing to Ashley's fucked up ideas without any hesitation whatsoever, to fucking sexualizing his sister. Accidentally? Most likely not. We know how Andrew faked his nightmares to bunk up with Ashley because telling that to her outright would be like dropping a fucking bombshell. And Andrew acknowledges that. But what does he do? Does he try to change? Fuck no. He blames Ashley. He denies that he is willingly doing all of this. He convinced himself that it's because of Ashley, while really, he's also a fucking psychopath. His last claim to being better than Ashley is, well, not sleeping with her. The most controversial scene of the game is surprisingly good at telling us about both of the siblings, with Ashley embracing her getting closer with Andrew and Andrew coping as hard as a man possibly could. However, as much as I hate the decay route, it's still important to mention. Decay Andrew most likely hates Ashley and despises himself for succumbing to her manipulation. And his only thought, Ashley's the root of the problem, so it must be destroyed, which we see in the decay version of the last dream. I feel like this scene is good at telling us about both of the siblings, so it's better to save it for later. In the end, while Andrew seems like the victim, later players understand that he's one because he let himself be one. Ashley's a terrible person. I mean really, she's mentally ill, she's a fucking psycho, a manipulator, a liar, a yandere, a cannibal, and overall a person you wouldn't want at your family's Thanksgiving table, but why is she like this? There are a lot of factors, but the most important ones are in fact Miss Graves, Andrew, Nina, Julia, Soda Company or Toxie Soda, whatever the fuck it's called, and lastly, herself. Let's look at them one by one now. Miss Graves, Ashley's mother, is a terrible parent. Her entire thought of having Ashley in the first place was, since Andrew is an easy child, what led her to have another? And here's the fucking payback. Ashley was a difficult kid with a lot of problems, so what did Miss Graves do? Well, she left Andrew to deal with it. And what did that result in? Ashley having an unstable and unbreakable connection towards Andrew. Andrew was everything to Ashley. A friend, a parent, basically the only person who could stand her. But all around, even grown up, she wasn't the first to have incestuous thoughts about Andrew. It was Andrew. Her relationship towards Andrew is just Ashley wanting his attention. However, during chapter 2, he in fact gains those feelings. Miss Graves denies Ashley is an adult, and as we see in the dream, she only thinks about how having Ashley affected her, not how having Ashley affected Andrew or how Ashley turned out, partially because of her. Now, Andrew might be a shocker since how could he be affected if he's the victim? Well, it's simpler than you think. It's really not that hard to say shut the fuck up. But oh no, Andrew's a big time fucking pussy just like the people criticizing this game. He doesn't have the guts to deny anything to his dear sister. So in the end, Andrew lets his sister do crazy shit, he doesn't stop her from doing it. And Ashley's used to that. After all, if countless times her actions didn't have any consequences, why would they this time? Nina and Julia. Ashley is a big time yandere, or in simpler terms, a crazy ass bitch. Nina and Julia both had feelings towards Andrew, and Ashley's of course not a fan since Andrew is hers and hers only. But what makes them different? Well, Nina is dead and Julia isn't just yet. I'm sure there is no universe where Julia stays alive in chapter 3. So far we don't know what else Ashley did to Nina, but we do know how Ashley constantly harassed Julia, so we'll have to wait to see where this takes us. Toxie Soda. It's simple. They were the ones who locked them in the apartment for 3 months without any food because of so-called parasites. And you can probably guess what that does to a motherfucker. Ashley herself is deeply insecure. She knows that everyone hates her, and what does she do? She seeks out validation from Andrew, who can't say no. She loves Andrew like a brother, like a parent, and like a friend. And most likely like a boyfriend. So it's obvious how she's dead serious on getting Andrew to fall in love with her. And she's successful, as we see in the end of chapter 2. Both Burial and Decay Route show us two different types of tension between the siblings: hate and not very normal sibling love. Decay shows us how the siblings grow hatred towards each other, with Andrew not being able to stand Ashley anymore and Ashley feeling terrible about her manipulation working against her. And Burial shows us how the siblings grow fond of each other, with Andrew slowly accepting Ashley as she is, Ashley realizing that people can actually feel sympathy towards her without any manipulation bullshit. Let's look at the climax scene of both routes. The Decay scene is quite simple. Andrew is fully tired of Ashley's bullshit and he is not going to take it anymore. The promise is simple. Either Andrew dies or Ashley dies. And while both seem like they don't give a shit, if you look closely enough, yeah, Ashley is actually crying. Why? That's because she has nothing without Andrew. Now for the burial scenes. It's always Andrew being the good half of the siblings and Ashley just being there because there needs to be another half. And lastly, the left door leads us to a bunch of pictures where Ashley's just changing everything up for it to be Andrew and Ashley. Whole controversial incest scene doesn't have much to talk about except Andrew coping, and the scene right after, which is a lot of Andrew coping once again. But the most interesting part is actually the ending scene, where Ashley and Andrew are both surprised in a way of, I didn't think we'd get this far, which says a lot. Andrew and Ashley are pretty much the human reincarnation of a toxic and codependent relationship, and the game really shows us that. Ashley and Andrew need each other equally as much. You people are fucking insane. You know, my initial thought was that I was gonna release this video and in a couple of days, yeah, I'm gonna hit 300 subs and make a Fear and Hunger video. Y'all hit 300 before I was even halfway done with this video. Like, holy shit. Either way, always remember, buy the game if you haven't already. This was Susmus. Have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you in hell.
Surprise, motherfucker!